Vivian, the footballer, MI Checks, the electrician. The footballer in a banter over football. The footballer defeated the electrician. It's more like saying, if you want to tell me about power grids and electric conductors, maybe you will win. But this is my tough. I'm the baller, and she took him out. But a spirited debate, no doubt. I would listen to MI Checks any day, like that. But MI Checks' fate is now in the hands of the audience, and also will be affected by what happens next. I hope, because in the audience making the determination, we have to also remember you are looking for who of the two losing finalists that you would buy a ticket to. Think of it like, who would I like to hear again? Okay? Earlier on today, we saw Peter lose to Ben. Then we saw Adeshola lose to Slim. Some would say, Peter and Adeshola, I would rather listen to Adeshola again, or I would rather listen to Peter again. Well, you can wish it, but you can make it happen by voting for the one you want to hear again. Go to fikets.com, Fikets, fikets.com/fan battle, and it's that simple. You can do your voting there. Also, MI Checks and one of Michael and Gana will require your votes depending on the next battle. So, who are these guys? Well, in this next and final contest of Battle Day 6 in the series, Gana comes with the force of a storm. It's fearless, unapologetic. I saw him at the live auditions. It took 3 seconds for the judges to all say yes, yes, yes to him. And armed with football's hardest truths. They say he's chaos with a cause. We'll find out. But in Michael, he meets a mirror. Calm on the surface, deadly underneath. I don't trust him one bit. They say he's a master of pause, a killer with cadence. What will happen? We will see. In a matter of seconds, if technology will cooperate with me for a second, if I haven't lost power, I'll give you their full starts. We'll be right back.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? Then step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
And now, it's time for us to close with controversy itself. In one corner, the whirlwind of raw emotion, Gana, who pulls no punches and takes no prisoners. In the other, Michael, calm, calculating, coiled like a spring, unleashing arguments with precision and poise. From what we have seen of him and what his potential can be. Two fine young men, literally the same age, both of them. One is a teacher, one is a technical support engineer. Their battlefield, well, question some would consider a lost cause. But if you dug in deeper, maybe you'll begin to understand that there is a there. Does PSG's Champions League drought all these years prove that money alone can't buy Europe's top prize? And somebody would say, but PSG has now finally won something. And it's true, this topic was chosen before the Champions League final. But this will make for great debate. So let's meet them. Godwin Ajay. His friends call him Shags Gana. Some call him Sagana or Sagana. He'll tell us which one it is. He's a teacher. He's a fan of both Bayern Munich and Man United. On the local scene, he supports Gana FC and MFM FC. He's a guy of two parts, double. He likes them in twos. Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome, Godwin Ajay, aka Gana. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be on this platform.
Yeah.
A shout out to my family, my loved ones, and all those who are listening. I'm living the dream. I appreciate this.
Fantastic. I'm just as excited as you are to have you in the studio. Welcome to Fan Battle Season 4 and all the best. Where do you live?
I reside in Bagada.
Bagada. Oh, that would explain why you like Bagada FC like that.
Yes.
That's correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Meanwhile, hang on a second. Yeah. So why do you support both Bayern and Man U?
I say it's a kind of irony. I started out as a Bayern Munich fan from my earliest years. But Man U broke my heart when they defeated Bayern. So for a while I stayed off supporting any club. Then when I said, okay, let me get back into the support team,
You decided to go for your conqueror.
I went for Man U. So
All right. So what's the story behind Bagada FC and MFM?
yes, I love the locality. I love the environment. More or less, I have to support the environment, the society to be there. And MFM, one of my favorites, or my namesake OAP. His history and MFM are kind of intertwined. So more or less that love. I hope I'm permitted to mention.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Godwin and Akana. That's my very own brother. Fantastic. Do you play football?
yes, sir.
Okay, but small. Huh?
I tried pushing it, but it didn't really work out.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, you tried to go pro, being
yes,
it didn't work out.
Yes,
What position do you play?
I play central midfield.
Central midfield. Brilliant. All right. Welcome to you, Saga. Why do people call you Sagana? Is it Sagana or Sagana?
Gana.
It's Gana.
So
okay.
This more or less is Sir Alex Ferguson.
Sir Alex Ferguson.
So Man U fans.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that respect kind of.
Okay. How about the other nickname?
Checks.
Yes.
Yeah. My name Godwin. So in Yoruba it's Oluwasegun.
Okay,
So I just more or less
okay, Shegs.
mix it up.
Shegs Ghana. All right, fantastic. Your name is Godwin Ajay. Are you Ghanaian?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And Nigerian.
And Nigerian. Your mom is Nigerian?
Yes, sir.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. So welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. You live the best of two worlds. I don't think there is any other nationality that Nigerians regard as their cousins or their brothers like Ghanaians. So the best of both worlds. Reminds me of my own childhood friends. The father was Nigerian, mother was Ghanaian, Gideon and Amos. They had a Nigerian surname, but fantastic family. We lived together back in the day. All right, you are in the blue corner. His opponent in the red corner, technical support engineer. Like Gana, he's also a Man United fan, but I like him specially because it takes me back to my base. He's a Shooting Stars supporter. Up shooting.
Thank you.
Up shooting. Welcome to Michael Okonlawon. How are you doing, Michael?
Very well.
Fantastic. Why Shooting Stars?
Well, I'm from Oyo State.
That's your home state?
Yeah.
Okay.
Growing up, I know I didn't stay in the Southwest though.
Okay.
But my dad is a fan of Shooting Stars.
Okay.
Yeah, so I fell in love with them. Although I also have another club I do support on the local scene.
Okay, which one is that?
Plateau United.
Plateau United.
Yes.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Jos.
So that understands why. I mean, that just explains why you also support Plateau United.
Very well.
Do you speak Hausa?
I do. I do.
Very well, or Kadan?
I understand a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, Kadan. I speak too.
Okay.
Not as fluent as my brothers and sisters, but I do understand very well.
Yeah. But how is your Yoruba?
Yeah, I speak Yoruba too. They speak Yoruba to us at home, so I speak. Although coming to the Southwest, some will say my Yoruba is has accent. But I tell them I speak it. I understand the language better than most of them. So I speak too very well.
Fantastic. So you're your state. What part of your state?
Ogbomoso North.
Ogbomoso North. You guys are cousins because the closest cousins to Ghanaians in this country are Ogbomoso people. If you know, Ogbomoso and Ghana, it's almost like they just walk. You wake up in the morning and stroll into Ghana. You know, I don't know what part of Ghana, but I know that when we were growing up, we found out that our people, most of the people I knew who were Ogbomoso as a kid, they also spoke Ghanaian. One Ghanaian, I don't know whether it was Twi, which is written as Twi. I don't know what it was, but and then I was made to understand that they actually literally share a border. I don't know how, but a lot of people from Ogbomoso, maybe I don't know. Anybody knows the story? Godwin doesn't. Okay. Anybody who knows the story can share with us when it's time to open the phone lines. Let's go into the contest. Welcome, both of you. So it's Ghana up against Michael. Does PSG's Champions League drought all these years prove that money alone can't buy Europe's top prize? Ghana is proposing the motion. I need to remind you that when we say somebody is proposing, the other person is opposing, it's not choice. So it has not been by choice. All the debates are picked, the topics are picked, and the positions are picked through a blind draw. And we try to be fair in all cases. So remember that. The fact that this person is arguing for this point doesn't mean in his life that's what he really believes. He just has to. Yeah? It's just like a lawyer that's defending a thief that he knew stole the thing, but he still has to do his job. You understand? Brilliant. So let's go into this. You understand the rules. 3 rounds. I'll give you 2 minutes first. I'll give you 5 minutes to go head to head, and I'll give you another 2 minutes to finish. All right? In the 5 minutes, hopefully you'll make it fun. If you make it fun, the audience would love you. And if you need more time, if I make that determination, I'll give you more time. If it gets out of hand, I will try to redirect you. If it doesn't work, then I'm going to be forced to cancel it. Unfortunately, I wanted to do the ritual first of the draw. Vivian is supposed to be here live for this draw, but don't worry over those. If she's not here, we will do the draw nonetheless. Okay. So there are two more topics today. So if Vivian is not available right now, we'll go into the debate. At the end of the debate, both of you will witness the draw, and we'll record accordingly. Okay. So into round one we go now. Does PSG's Champions League drought all these years prove that money alone can't buy Europe's top prize? For 2 minutes, the motion proposer will open. Gana, let's do this.
In 2011, Qatar Sports Investment, aka QSI, led by Nasser Al-Khelaifi, came to the shores of France. They bought the French club Paris Saint-Germain with the aim of achieving club success at local and continental levels. This led to QSI breaking the bank and splashing the cash, all in the bid to achieve trophy success. Spending money at PSG got French trophies in their cabinet, yes, but when it came even to Europe's ultimate prize, that's the UCL, all the money spent was met with resistance and failure. Money alone couldn't get QSI and PSG the UCL trophy. There is a saying, money is a good servant, but a bad master. When it comes to the UCL specifically, money alone or as a major factor can never win the trophy. So many clubs came into the scene, spending money, doing all what they could do with money even to achieve the trophy, but they never got there. Also, PSG, like most first-time UCL champions, suffered this same drought up until 2022 to 2024 and 2025. I'll still explain about that later, because they had failed even to acknowledge that quote. Once again, money is a good servant, but a bad master. Now, when it comes to the European Championship, the UCL to be precise, there are certain factors that outshine money that are needed even before a team can win the trophy. Number one, the right mentality. I'm talking about UCL winning mentality, starting from the management, going to the coaching, going to the scouting, going to the players. Now, team cohesion, team camaraderie, match winning tactics, and the forces of football. What am I referring to? The god of football and Lady Luck. And those things are important even to getting Europe's ultimate prize. Now, I conclude with this. European trophy drought ended for PSG, not because money spent alone, but because multiple forces aligned. European trophy drought ended when money took the back seat, became the servant, and allowed other factors become the masters. And after 14 years of European trophy drought, QSI and PSG can finally say, Félicitations, Paris Saint-Germain. Merci, I'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. He landed brilliantly. That was Gana opening his argument. Does PSG's Champions League drought all these years prove that money alone can't buy Europe's top prize? He's proposing that. His opponent will go in the other direction. Michael, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
You have 2 minutes and your countdown starts right now.
Money is not just the foundation of modern football success. It is the overwhelming prerequisite. Before the purchase of Paris Saint-Germain by the Qatari sports investors in 2011, when you take a look at the club itself, since the rebrand of the UEFA Champions League 1992-1993 season, Paris Saint-Germain qualified to group stage of that competition on 5 occasions. 3 occasions they did exit from the group stage. That shows that they weren't competent. From the year 2005 to 2011, they did not qualify at all. This is a cup that has been driven. Then came in money, the savior. Since 2011 to this 2012 season, till this day, they've qualified for every edition of this competition, not exiting on the group stage on no occasion. And then within this period, they finally laid their hands on that coveted trophy. They did not just within this period. There is no other clubs that have won it more than they do, except Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. What does that point us to again? Something in common: the highest spending clubs. Bayern Munich in Germany, they overspend everyone. Real Madrid would know them as the Galacticos, getting the best stars. How do they get this? Through spending. Money has shown to win trophies. There is a reason why UEFA brought in the financial fair play. It is because money wins you stuff. It's there for the taking. The highest bidder will always win. And whatsoever it is that you need money for, whatsoever qualities you need, money will get you that. Money has shown with PSG, Chelsea, Manchester City, Real Madrid historically, and every other club, including Manchester United. Thank you.
Thank you. And so the opening salvos thrown, received. It is now time for the head-to-head banter round. It's called the banter battle between Gana and, of course, Michael. In this final showdown of the evening, final showdown of match day 6. I'll set the timer for 5 minutes for both of you. Gana, Michael, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let's do this.
Now, I'm going to mention to you factors that are more important than money. I love the fact that I even mentioned Chelsea, Man City, PSG. Now, listen to this. Chelsea, in 2003, they got Abramovich, the big money spender. He spent so much, he bought so much players. But what did he get them? 2008, they met against Manchester United. What happened? They failed. What happened? They played penalties. What is penalty? A game of luck. Number one thing, money cannot buy luck. Money can't buy luck in the UCL. Number two, we look at Man City. Sheikh Mansour, he was the one that came in. He bought Man City 2008. From 2008 down even to 2021, they faced Chelsea. What happened? Chelsea defeated them with all the players, with all the money that they had. That same PSG, this same PSG we're talking about now, 2020, they got to the finals under Tuchel. Tuchel was able to bring them to that final, and unfortunately, they lost to a Bayern Munich. They lost. And
when you're talking about,
at the end of everything, they sacked him. They now went to go and get a Pochettino.
All right.
What had Pochettino achieved? An underachiever. They brought him to PSG. Where did they get to the next season? Round of 16.
I will respond with this. Chelsea, Manchester City, and PSG. Before the money, where were they? Were they competing? Never were they competing. You made mention of they losing to Manchester United, and also Man City losing to Chelsea, and
with all the money that they have spent
as well. These clubs you're talking about, are they poor clubs?
They are not poor clubs, but they were not as rich as those clubs that you mentioned.
That's not true. Manchester United
was Man U had prestige. Chelsea just had money.
For the highest revenue. Manchester United has been known to be a very rich club.
Barcelona.
This is to tell you that no poor club wins the UEFA Champions League.
Because they had certain things that money cannot buy. I'm talking about a coach.
Gentlemen, we need to hear you.
To win the biggest of trophies, you need money. Money is that which gets you all of this.
You need money.
With money,
money must
you get the best of players.
Money must
you get the best of training facilities.
That are not interested
you get the best of coaches.
Okay.
When you get players that are not interested in playing, PSG. You still use money to get those that are interested in playing.
All right, very
Are
good.
you aware of that?
I like that. You
Thank
said something. PSG bought Neymar 2-2-2. That record still stands. The guy had achieved everything in terms of club football before coming to PSG. He was not motivated. He got Messi. Messi was looking for the World Cup. He was not interested. He was not interested at all. Now, PSG now had to reset to get a Enrique.
How were they able to reset?
Now they were able to spend. Now how were they? Let me. They
were able to attract Neymar and Messi because they have what it takes.
Let me answer you that. You just asked
that is good to look at. That is inviting.
Now before
you need money to be able to do this.
Before they got
Enrique. In 2005, they cannot attract players like Messi. They cannot attract a player like Neymar. They were a regional club before now. And right now they are a global brand.
At the time
what made this possible?
Got the money. They had the money to buy coaches. Why didn't they go for Mourinho? 2004. Why didn't they go for Mourinho? Why didn't they go for Ancelotti? Why didn't they go for Pep? They didn't go for this.
What club are you talking about? Are you talking about PSG? 2004, they can't afford that. That's why they can't go for this manager.
What are you telling me?
When you have the money, you get the best in class.
Qatar.
The best in class.
All money.
You are talking of 2004.
Man City bought Robinho 50 million.
2004. Are you talking of PSG? Are you contradicting yourself?
What are you trying to say?
I'm telling you that PSG in 2004 are not a force to reckon with.
You just mentioned that money came into PSG.
And it's turned out their situation around.
They've won the money turned around their situation, but
within those period, just 2 clubs have won the trophy more than they did. And these are also high-spending clubs.
Cannot get you the UCL.
I am telling you that the financial fair play came into play because they know that money will do everything. They want a level playing ground. Do you understand what it means for you to want to change the rule?
Balance?
Because you know that these people will win with money. Money will make it lopsided. And that is why financial fair play has to come into play.
Okay, now
let me ask you. Level playing ground. Even at that, there is no level playing ground for poor clubs. When have you seen any poor club?
Gentlemen, would like to hear you. Would like to hear you.
PSG was arguably much more richer than Bayern Munich. Yet they lost to Bayern. They lost to Bayern. Man City was much more richer than Chelsea, but they lost to Chelsea.
That is because there is fair play. When you talk about richer, yes, there is a limit to what you can actually spend on, and that is we are talking of the point of money being what you use to win trophies.
We are talking about money being the only thing, and I stand here to tell you that
because they know that money will do this absolutely
get the UCL trophy.
Money does.
It cannot.
Because every other condition that it takes to win the UEFA Champions League, money will do that for you. You get the best of players, you get the best of team, the squad that can compete. People do not win Champions League because their squad is team sometimes. When you have enough players
who don't have motivation, you buy players who don't bond. You buy players and there is no evidence of experience among them. There is no evidence of love. There is no evidence of cohesion. You cannot.
Are you aware that there is a factor other than players alone? There is scouting, and these are people that get the first in class. That's what PSG have. Their facilities, their managers, even when they fail, they still have what it takes to bring in new people. That is because
money alone does not get the UCL.
All right, thank you very much. I'd added an extra minute to that banter battle round between Gana and Michael. Gana and Michael, 2 brilliant young minds. They've debated, they've argued, they've bantered. And soon the judges will have to decide. They've made their decisions already regarding the first 2 rounds. One final thing to do. It's your third and final round. Ghana will start. Do you want to go immediately or do you want some time? Ghana is ready to go immediately. So I'll set the clock again for 2 minutes. And you can proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, the question, once again I paraphrase, is does the UCL trophy drought of PSG as a case study prove that money alone can't buy Europe's top prize? And to this I say yes, money alone cannot get that. Now let me give you this amazing stat. PSG spent approximately 692.4 million to create the team that got to the first UCL final, which they lost to Bayern. Now, the team list or the team that got PSG this 2025 UCL cost 497.8 million. What does that mean? QSI and PSG spent 194.6 million less to win the UCL. There is a popular quote, or one of our elder statesmen made that quote. He said, "What money cannot do, more money can do." Well, I'm going to give you a remix to that. What more money cannot do? What much money cannot do? Less money, more quality, more value, more passion, more heart, more grit can achieve that. To win the European Champions League, the top prize, you need passion, you need heart, you need grit, you need sacrifice. Now, the clubs that were mentioned, Chelsea, Man City, PSG, Interestingly, among each and every one of them, they spent so much money, but they could not get it. And they all made it to the final first time. They all got there to the first time. But the second time that they went there, look at that Chelsea team that won the 2012 UCL. They were virtually referred to as the most worst, washed up, weakest UCL team. But they won it. Why? Because they had the stroke of luck in Roberto Di Matteo, who I refer to as the greatest fluke coach of all time. Money alone cannot win the UCL. You need other factors to achieve that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And he deserves a fine round of applause. And he finishes just before the clock goes. Well done, Gana, for closing your argument spiritedly, brightly, intelligently. We will now swing the pendulum over to Michael, who will give us an equally impressive flourish to end his argument. Michael, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So I've reloaded the clock. Your 2 minutes start now.
Money makes the world go round. And then this is very evident in football. We have seen that this is a model that works. And that's why clubs that have been successful were able to adopt this model. Chelsea, Real Madrid. These are one of the Real Madrid, which is the most successful club in the in UCL history. That is a model they've always employed. So, in a world whereby you have to face the best, you need mercenaries. You don't want to go to a gunfight with a knife. Money is what empowers you. It's what allows you to be able to do that. And this PSG have done, Chelsea have done, Man City have done also, and we have seen results. The FFP did not just come into play. It is because it is showing that money is buying trophies. So when you talk about money not buying trophies, it is laughable, because other factors that you have mentioned earlier, all of this money will allow you to do that. It will allow you to get players that have the right mentality, that have the passion, hunger, and then because this club invests to get the best of managers, they are also able to channel the right medics as well to help these players to perform to the best of their abilities. It is money. The clubs that have dwindled, like AC Milan, you can see it is because of the financial quagmire they find themselves. When you don't have money, your best players will be taken from you. You will not be able to compete. It's PSG, Chelsea. It was always going at eventuality. As long as you remain resolute, money will allow you to remain relevant, and you will always win. The talk say, soup way sweet, na money kill am. Club will go win trophy, na money run am. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What a finish between Gana and Michael. Brilliant finish. The battle ends. The conversations will continue, most certainly. What a day. All right. So, here we come. Gana, the motion proposer. Michael, the motion opposer. The motion itself dwelling on the impact of money in achieving success, perhaps particularly in the Champions League, Europe's top prize. Does PSG's Champions League drought all these years, of course before they just won it, prove that money alone can't buy Europe's top prize? Gana said yes, Michael said no, and then they argued it out amongst themselves. The judges will determine who won that contest, and the results are already pouring in for me. So in a bit, I'll be able to share the result with you. Even at that, any thoughts to share with these gentlemen, judges? And anybody can go first now. Lizzie and Overdose are constantly.
I'll go first. Even before I went first, she just looked at me like I took my time. But again, another wonderful debate. I actually like the way the they presented their points. But Michael, I would want you to improve more your confidence, to be honest, because yeah, you had outstanding points, but the way you presented them, it was, you could have done better. Let me not downplay your effort, but you could have done better. Anyways, you actually, maybe that's the way you talk, but you know, in a debate like this, conviction is everything. What you sell, how you say it, what you tell people, you might have the right information, but how you disperse it is very, very key, very important. Gana, on the other hand, he was composed. His opening, I mean, you could tell that this guy knew what he was saying. And then the closing, where he gave out the numbers as to PSG spending so much in one final and losing it, and spending less in another final and winning it. And in between, he was also talking about the fact that you also need more factors other than money for you to win. And we all know what history has shown us down the years, but again, another very, very well orchestrated argument from both parties. I've given Femi I don't like talking much when it comes to fan battle, you know. There are so many areas. Gana also as well, you know. I felt that you should have brought in more points, even though the ones you brought were quite enough, and I hope it takes you through to the next stage. But all in all, you know, when you are given a topic, you need to take from here, and then just give us something that we'll listen to and say, wow, this was remarkable, outstanding, you know, flawless. But I mean, you've given your best, and let's hope that the best is enough for you guys to scale through. But when you hear the scores I give you guys, like I always say in the last round, please don't get mad. It's just my own way of saying, you know what, this is what I feel you have done, and this is what I feel you deserve. So yeah, may the better man win. Thank you, Femi.
All right, thank you. Any further thoughts?
Okay, well done, guys. I'm always going to say that. Well done.
Could you adjust your mic, please?
Okay, is this better now? Okay, so well done to Gana and Michael. Well done, showed up, you did your debate, and that's what counts. I'm going to keep it very short, and this is like a general thing for both Michael and Gana. And also, I've seen it in other debates, and possibly might see it again. Sometimes I saw it in the debate today. Sometimes we spend a lot of time saying the same thing in different ways. I'm going to give an example. This is rice. Oh, there is rice. Is that rice? Wow, it is rice. At the end of the day, I'm saying the same thing. And you spend a lot of time saying the same thing again. So you're not adding any points. You're not widening out the point. There's really nothing that is going. And I saw that a lot in today's debate, especially spending money, not spending money, spending money. It's very important to pay attention to that thing. I know you want to emphasize the idea behind whatever you're saying, because we all build, if you're going to argue something, you find the main point, you find the main idea, and you build everything on that idea, because that is what you want people to remember. But sometimes building something around an idea and just repeating something without telling us more about that idea is very important. It's like in an exam, they could tell you, define this and explain, or you could just define it. So it's very important that we pay attention to that. The banter part is something I'm also going. It's very important, right? You want to give your opponent a chance to talk. You want us to hear them. You want them to allow us to hear you. But you also want to win. Very important, you want to win. Because the banter is not, let's just see how civil and nice they are. It's important to be civil. It's important for us to hear you. But you've got to win it clearly in that banter. Because because I said it before, I think 2 days ago, the banter affects your closing, because the person might rally you badly in your banter and you forget your closing, or the crescendo of the banter might get to a point and then it affects your closing. So it's very important. Let make sure the judges are seeing clearly that you're winning this thing. I'm just going to stop here for now, because it's been done.
Thank you very much, Tony.
For me, another interesting battle. I mean, kudos to the both of you. I think that the both of you didn't do justice to this topic. All right. You didn't do justice. You made efforts. I saw the effort, but I believe the both of you could have done more. This is a topic that hinges on numbers and records. Those two carry this argument. Numbers and records. All right, if you're saying PSG's UCL drought all these years prove money alone can't buy Europe's prize, how many example are you giving us from the past? You know, in comparison with teams that have won with a lot of money spent. I needed more. I think that Gana later started bringing in some of those numbers, I think, which he did, talking about the amount PSG spent and how they spent lesser, in quotes, the worth of the current squad is lesser than when they got to the final first. I thought that was okay as well. All right, but the point is, you need, if you're telling us that spending a lot of money, if you're telling us that PSG have spent so amount of money and it hasn't gotten them here, I need you to stress more on the things that you think have walked over money. I didn't think you did justice to the factors. All right, you were mentioning luck. That is not a point. Money cannot buy you luck. No, I need you to delve down and talk about structure. All right, talk about youth program. These are structures that money will not necessarily get you. We're seeing that PSG actually, why they even spent lower is because they now merged, not just spending money, they brought in their youth project. That's a killer point. All right, you can go back in time. All right, there's so many teams. Nottingham Forest won the European Cup in 1980 with a very small budget. Aston Villa, you didn't go back in time. You needed to. All right, you needed to go back and tell us about teams that have won Europe's big prize with very little budgets. And they're examples. Teams that have performed. Everton played in Europe. Wolves played in Europe. These were teams that played in Europe with a small budget. RB Leipzig, they have been regular in the Champions League. That club is what? Barely 12 years or 13 years. All right. So yes, for some of them, they didn't get to win the ultimate prize, but it got them competing at a level where big teams who were spending so much money were competing. So that's a win. So I needed more. All right. Yes, you are in terms of your delivery, you're more fluent and all of that. But in terms of the point, I felt that you could have given me more. All right. Mike, I think that you have the easier spectrum of the argument. All right. Because literally we're in the money boom. That's where we are in terms of the football evolution, where even the teams who didn't used to spend money are now moving away, are now joining the bandwagon. Arsenal is becoming something else. They bought a player over 100 million. You didn't tell me about numbers. You didn't give me enough examples. You have to give me examples. You have to give me figures. How much have City spent? And how it had helped them to finally get the Champions League. How much was spent since the takeover? You needed to give me all these numbers. So you didn't work on your numbers. You just kept on telling us, oh, money, yes, we know. And then you said something that FFP was introduced because UEFA knew that teams will use it to win trophies or something. FFP was introduced to ensure that there is a balance between what you earn and what you spend. It's not necessarily to stop teams from winning trophies or what have you. All right. So like I put out here, no statistics to back up a lot of your points. How much has been spent? Look at the teams that are across all leagues, so you have to do better. I thought you had the easier part. But I'm not sure you were able to dig deep enough for me. All right. But yeah, well done. And it was good. I loved your performance in the head-to-head. I thought that you didn't let Ghana push you over. I thought you were intense. You were in it. You were attacking in that head-to-head. But overall, both of you need to do better in terms of digging deep and reflecting. All right. There's always something that marries the now with the past and maybe projections of the future. How much players are being bought now, 17-year-old, 18-year-olds. The world is changing, So next time, if you get saved, let's do more. All right. Thank you so much, Femi.
Yeah. So here we are. A decision has got to be made on the night. Interesting. First up, though, we have to look at the score sheets. Let's start with the score sheets. So this is how the judges have scored this contest. George Lizzie scores this contest 9-10, 10-10, and 10-8. Michael took the first round 10-9, the second round, the banter round, the draw, and Ghana the third round for a 29-28 result from Queen Lizzie. George Tony has it as 10-8, 10-10, 10-9. The banter round was a draw. The first and second rounds 10-8 and 10-9 for a total of 30-27. George Overdose has it at 10-10 in the first round, 10-8 in the banter round, and 10-8 in the closing round. That's 30-26 for your winner. The last spot in the round of 24, the last automatic spot, that is, in the round of 24. Congratulations to Godwin, Ghana, Ajay. Congratulations, my brother. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I've taken the points, the rebuke, let me put that word, and the criticisms, especially from Anthony the Voice, as well as Obadezo and Queen Lizzie. I appreciate it very much. And thank you, Michael, for making this very, very challenging.
Interesting. There will be, darker storms in the horizon, tougher days to come. But the important thing is that you are ready on your way, right? And you can face whatever comes. Michael, yeah, brilliant, spirited debate, just not enough in the end. The margins were slim, but it was a unanimous decision by the judges, even though the margins were slim. But you gave it a good fight. I know you are disappointed you didn't go all the way, but I wonder what your thoughts are this time.
Well, I'm glad because being here to me is already an honor. People I listen to and to share the same space with them, it is good. And then there will always be a winner and there will always be a loser. The least I could do is to put on a fight, and I appreciate the learning curve. Yeah. Brilliant.
So here's where we find ourselves. So well done. there is one more ritual that must now quickly be performed. The judges will first quickly have to determine who in Group H, our last group. We had determined Group G before. That was between Ben and Slim, who was the better winner. In this group, we've had Vivian and Gana. And the two of you have got to decide. There's something I noticed. You know, in the when we started this contest, the first few days, all the winners were those proposing. You know, it took us. We celebrated when we first had. I literally celebrated when we first had, somebody opposing win, but not on this last day. Every winner today has been on to my left. Everybody who sat here. So it's been demystified. So the proposers won today. Ben sat there and defeated Peter there. Then Slim sat there and defeated Adeshola there. Then Vivian sat there and defeated MI checks, and now Gana has sat here and defeated. So all today, which is like an even. I think there are still more opposers who have won, but this just. I think we also had two yesterday. So So, lady and gentlemen, Vivian and Gana, who's the top dog of Group H as we speak?
I'll go with Gana because I think Vivian's path was too easy, to be honest. That's for me. I don't know about others, but I'll go with Gana. So Gana tops for me.
All right. Gana for you. Who wants to go next, or are you still considering your judges? I see
Queen
Lizzie is defensive.
No, I'm thinking that's why.
Gana from Ghana.
For you.
Yeah.
Idrissa Gana. But not Idrissa Gana again.
Okay, I'm going to go with Vivian, right? Because of the spirit, right? It was a spirited debate. Yes, that you might argue and say the topic might seem to have favored the person proposing more, but we're not looking at the topics, because at the end of the day, each debate is a different thing completely. She was more spirited in how she delivered, and her delivery also was I'm looking for the right adjective. I can't think of something that will adequately qualify what I want to say. But for me, the spirit of her delivery is why I'm going to pick her. I enjoyed Gana, I enjoyed Michael, but I want more spirit. You know what they say, more energy, more fire. For me, it's not about shouting. It's about really letting your personality shine through. During their banter, at some point, you let him go so much. I was like, are you going to say anything at the point? And then when you started, it leveled it out in a way that for somebody that had that kind of what do they call it now, headspace, should not have leveled it out when he came in. So for me, that's my reason. More spirit, more energy, and more you. And yeah, so regardless, well done. Have enjoyed today. I said less fist, and it has been a fist. Did I enjoy all of the course? Not necessarily, because then I would have given everybody the same point and be like, I can't make a choice. But we're here. Well done. It's never easy to debate anything, and I say that as somebody that sometimes dabble in debate.
All right. It's done. So we now have to also do the ritual of the we quickly have to do the ritual of the selection of topics. There are two topics here. Ignore the type. The topics have been rewritten, so the handwritten one, good luck reading the handwritten rubbish. Well, rubbish because I scribbled it myself, and sometimes depending on how I write, I can write artistically, and I can write like a chicken sometimes. And this was one of those days I was writing like a chicken because I was talking and writing at the same time. So, give me the two papers. Give me the two papers. You've looked at them. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you choose a side. You've already squeezed your face. Good luck to that. You're going to have to choose a side. I don't know which side it will be, but that will determine. By the way, you'll be going up in your next debate. That will be next Thursday, between whoever the audience saves, between Peter and Adeshola. Between Peter and Adeshola. So you choose now. Whatever side you choose, that's the side you'll be arguing. All right, you choose that. Your topic will be an interesting one on who should own football clubs. And you'll be arguing against it. I'm sure you will wish to argue for it, but you'll be arguing against it. But I don't know which one it is, but fantastic. I cannot wait. We'll wait until then. So could you tell me what you have there? Do you have PRO or OPP?
OPP.
So you will be opposing, right? Is it fair enough for you?
Yes, sir.
Good. What I mean is whether I don't care whether it favors you. Have we been fair in choosing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's not affected. I just wanted to be sure. So, in the opposition, I have Gana here, meaning in the proposition, we would have whoever progresses between Peter and Adeshola. All right. Brilliant. Thank you very much. So there is just one more topic left of the three. So I will open the topic. But I would ask, this topic will be for the final debate, the final battle that Thursday. That battle will now be between Slim and Vivian. But neither Slim nor Vivian are here. So I am going to split it again and probably bring Michael into service to pick one, left or right. This one, Tony, hand it over to him. So, Michael has picked. Michael, what did you pick? What?
PRO.
PRO. So proposing. So because Vivian was supposed to be here to pick, you are picking for her. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
For Vivian. So that means Vivian will be proposing on the topic that says footballers should be disqualified from personal awards if they fail to lead their teams to trophies. What a debate that would be.
Over there is like, how now?
And that from where to where now?
From where to where?
Vivian against Slim.
Against Slim. Vivian against
God.
Slim.
That's a topic.
Yes, it will be the last battle that Thursday night. And I need to so she's proposing, right?
Yeah,
She's
Vivian,
proposing.
you're proposing if you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
Although you get information later, but yeah.
Okay.
Start
So-
preparing now because of others it's opposing you already from the studio. Yeah, he won't be around on Thursday. So.
But I'll be listening, trust me. I will.
So in the first battle that Thursday, Ben will go up against either MI Checks or Michael. Gana will go up in the second battle against either Peter or Adeshola. And Slim will go up against either Vivian. So because Michael, I need to give you the topic. The topic for Ben is because you could if the opponent if the audience votes you could be going up against Ben. That topic is says Where is it now? Okay, the FIFA Women's World Cup should have the same number of teams as the men's, regardless of global competitiveness. And on that day, if you are picked, you will be proposing that. So let me look for that topic for you here so you can have it with you. The proposition. I think that's it. Okay, I had it here. Oh, don't worry, I'll make sure you have it. All right, so you'll be proposing on the day. Ben will be opposing.
That is if
you
get
you
saved by the
progress.
fans.
We'll share it in your group so that both you and MI Checks can start preparing. If MI Checks is listening now, that's it. All right, fantastic. Interesting night. We had some great debaters, but again, maybe our expectations were blown to the roof from yesterday. I kind of feel that, and considering the fact that, especially the last two debates yesterday, were breathtaking. And sometimes, you can sit down here and you want everything to be feisty. But we've had some really nice debates tonight. This is one. I like the first debate. I know in many respects, some of the contestants didn't give it everything. There was a lot more to give, and we saw it there. But just going over those debates again, MI Checks and Vivian was pretty interesting, really interesting. And I like the first debate. I think the Slim Adeshola debate was a bit underwhelming. And it wasn't for lack of, maybe it was more of an expression challenge that we noticed there. And sometimes we need to be careful and not act like if you are not super expressive, then you don't even stand a chance at anything. I mean, I should know. I'm the guy who put a stutterer on air.
That's right.
Nigeria Info. And he gained acclaim as both as an analyst, as a referee back then. Ordinarily, you wouldn't take that risk. So, limited expressiveness, it can be detrimental to the cause, but it doesn't mean that you cannot do it. And sometimes the more confident you grow, the more knowledge you gather and garner, and the more experience on the job, the better you become. And we've seen that too, right?
Yeah, we've seen that. As you were saying, a couple of things came to my mind. And I think today, unlike the previous debate, we had a lot of people speaking on air for the first time. And I say this in any capacity.
Yeah.
And for those things, it can be jarring to hear your voice while you talk, especially for the first time. Even with years of experience, sometimes you're talking, you're hearing yourself like, and my voice is so in that moment you're talking, you're hearing yourself, and there's anxiety, and it's not easy to talk in front of people. Yes, there are people in the studio, there are three judges and then the presenter, everybody's looking at you, so the nerves were there. Not making an excuse for the quality of the debate that we have, but yeah, we cannot compare yesterday to today. It's the same way we are not going to compare today to tomorrow, because the topics are different, the people are different, and everybody in the studio, we all have different personalities. You put us on the mic, we're going to talk differently, we're going to say this differently, and I always say, for every form of expression, there's an audience for you. The question is, can you deliver, and is it enough? Right? You're not very expressive. So what do you bring to the table if you're not very expressive? If I don't like to talk too much, maybe I know that my strength would be, that point where the person cannot counter.
Yeah.
So I know I can't talk. I can't have like a steady speech band for 30 seconds. I'm going to get scared, but I'm going to drop that point, that status. So explain to me. So there are different roles to take in understanding the kind of debater that you are. So prepare, listen to people, whether you're going to debate the person or not. Listen to people, prepare for it, understand yourself, record yourself, talk to yourself, get comfortable with yourself. And I'm saying this for the people that will debate in the round of 24. Get comfortable with yourself, because you're inviting us to your level of comfort. If you're not comfortable with yourself, if you're not convinced of what you're saying, you're not going to convince us. And I think that's what happened today. They were just, I to a degree, I felt like there was a lot of, I feel drawn now, as opposed to I really have got to prepare for this thing. And then, like you mentioned, experience is also an issue. Yeah, sometimes preparation cannot beat experience. There are some things that will happen simply because you have the experience. That preparation, no matter how adequate or inadequate, cannot make up for. But like I've said this to a point of tiring out the sentence. It's not easy to debate anything.
Yeah. Understandably so. Ay. And just like that, the curtain falls on Battle Day 6. 4 fierce debates, 4 worthy victors tonight. We saw it all happen, all unfold before our eyes. Ben outclassed Peter, sharp, quick, and relentless. The slim dance circles around Adeshola. Some charisma, some clarity. We waited for it. Underwhelming in the end, but just enough to get one over the line. Vivian stepped up and silenced MI checks. Passion, backed by precision. Gana, we just saw and heard that, delivered it. What you call it, a tactical dismantling of Michael. But the tactics, we waited. There could be more, no doubt. Both of them have it in them. Michael, Gana, both of them calm, cool, calculating. But this stage, it doesn't just honor winners. It remembers warriors. Those who fell. Peter, the man who argued with depth and some dignity. He may have lost the decision, but not our respect. Brilliant, intellectual mind, Peter. How I'd wish to hear him again. Adeshola, her voice trembled at first, but it grew louder with the passage of time. She came to learn, to fight, to rise. May she. MI checks, bold, brave, and brilliantly unpredictable. Every round, he brought fire. And he brought a bit of fashion as well. Michael, level-headed, methodical. The kind of thinker you want back in the ring when the stakes are high. And now it's up to you. Yes, you, the fans. This is fan battle. And every vote, every ticket, every decision you make matters. Want to see Peter get another shot? Buy him back in. Think MI Checks deserves redemption? Help him rewrite his story. Think Adeshola deserves another go? Buy her that ticket. Would you love to hear Michael one more time? Go to fikets.com, fikets.com/fan battle. Your support isn't just a vote, it is indeed a lifeline, a second chance, a message that says we see you, we believe in you. Because in Fan Battle 4, even after defeat, a true warrior can still rise. So go ahead, buy them a ticket. Make your pick. Bring someone back. The road to the crown is paved with comebacks. I love comebacks. Let's make one happen. Make that hashtag Fan Battle 4. Hashtag bring them back. Hashtag buy a ticket. And now, after all is said and done, heartbreak moments, we must determine tonight who we bid farewell. We will do that when we return.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the Gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? And step right up. It's time for more.
Fan Battle 4 starts Tuesday, June 3rd through July from 7 p.m. weekdays on Nigeria Info.
Fan Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
Trying hard to be somebody, but all I see are roadblocks in my way. I hear a voice deep within me saying you're the best, no matter what they say. We may not be tough or look like we are much, but we will bear our honor shield. And even though outnumbered 1,000 men to 1, we will give our all on the battlefield.
Of achievement. Every shot taken is a shot we believe in. First out of time, good game, no cheating. Sport got my heart fair play, no deceiving. Now dot my eyes, cross my T's. I got quality to steal the lead. Don't mind no adversity. Staying on straight path, y'all follow me. It's not make believe, just believe it. Yeah, you don't see it yet. We at the top, so we never gonna leave the set. Say we never gonna leave the set. Say we never gonna leave the set. Facts are facts. Somebody bounce up. Femi and the gang, yeah. Close on the lumber. When we on air, turn up like samba. Best sport team, just so you remember.
This season, what do you expect?
We're chasing glory on every front.
They see us coming, they suspect.
Well, let them tremble, that's what we want.
If everybody play their role, one team united, one single goal, we'll rock the place before we leave. We can win this thing if we believe. Fly, Eagles, fly, 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 fly, Eagles, fly.
Football, they say it's nothing without the fans. But there are different types of fans. The fingernail biters, the soft-hearted, the die-hard, the drama queens.
In life, you get what you pay for, unless you're an Arsenal.
Still, we've all got one thing in common. Our love for the beautiful game. The nutmegs, the dribbles, the tackles, and the goals.
He gets his second goal of the game. Harry Kane at the second time of asking scores. Jorginho scores.
As the new football season begins, to the and roar of the crowd. Get ready as we take you through all the action.